Hello, everyone. This is Crystal Lee of We Are Magic, and this is another podcast episode. We are still delving into deep transformation and shadow work with Pluto being in Aquarius. For the soul truth awareness, we have how can I be more flexible right now? And here's the message. What are you trying to control? Maybe it's time to let go. Let love move through you today and trust the outcome will be for your highest good. Today's soul action. Remind yourself all day long that you are safe, that life is happening for you, and that you are not alone. Then do some yoga. It said that. I think what Spirit needs from us is trust. Like the last message, I'll link it into the video. We have to trust ourselves, and we have to trust the universe that everything is working out for our highest good. There are times when we fail to trust the universe. We fail to trust the plan. We think that life is beating us up, that life is not working for us and is totally against us. Life is not easy. Life can be very, very hard. But with that being said, you don't give up. You don't embody the energy of failure. You don't embody the energy of poverty. No matter how bad your bank account looks, no matter how bad the debt seems, no matter what the prognosis is, you have got to trust the process. You have to trust your higher self, and you have to trust God. And know you are protected, you are loved, and you are supported. When you go into that negative mind state of nothing ever works out for me, you are making that a law, a literal universal law in your reality. When you say things like, anytime I make money, they take more. The more I make, the more they take. You're creating a law. Because not only are you saying it, in a sense, you're venting. And normally when we vent, there's an energy with it. And I know I tell you to go off. But once you go off, you change that story. And you embody the energy of, I am out of debt. I am working towards my goals. You have to become Delulu about it. Because you didn't get here overnight. This was programming placed onto you as a child and then into your teenage years and into your young adulthood. And that's what shaped your life. You might want a specific person, but the universe keeps showing you over and over again. They are not for your highest good. Not only are they not for your highest good, they're not for your mental health. They're not good for your physical health. They're not good for your pH balance. All the things I'm telling you, when the universe is literally showing you that this person is not your twin flame, they are not your soulmate, they are not, if anything, if you want to put woo with it, they're karmic. And you may have signed a contract with this person as their higher self to learn from them, to learn how to love yourself. So learn the lesson, know that they cannot love you properly, and move on. Stop listening to them. Stop looking for the good in them. Stop looking for their potential. Just realize it's over. What else are you trying to control? Are you trying to control how you get a promotion? If you are, you take control in the sense of, I trust you. I know that you have my highest good involved. And I want this or something better. That's the best way to do it. I want this. I want this. I want a job with flexibility. I want a job that helps me pay off my debt. I want a job that can allow me to travel and have vacations, not just pay taxes and do the slave stuff. Like, I want to enjoy this life. Abundance is for everyone. It's not just for a specific inbred family trillionaire group. It's for all of us. With that being said, your energy, your vibration, all of these things come in alignment with what you are trying to control. And if you're trying to control the outcome of something, and you got to see it like this. We're on replay, guys. You get deja vu all the time. And that's because the universe is letting you know, oh, look, you've done this before. You've already done all these things. I've seen my future. And for about 2 years, I've been trying to control that because I didn't know how I got there. That's why I don't like looking into future things or doing Akashic records, because that can really mess with your mental. And, I've seen my past too. It's horrific. With that being said, I did see glimpses of the future. Creator, let me see glimpses of my future. And instead of inspiring me, it scared me, because to me, I don't know how I got that successful. I don't know how I got to that situation. I want all the details. Like, how did I get there? How did this happen? And I'm on the path. I'm in New York, so I'm obviously on the path to my future. But because of my fear, self-doubt, and how I truly felt about myself, I delayed the progress. In order to grow on any platform of social media, you have to be consistent. And I've taught that. That's how I started gaining followers. But once I started gaining the followers, you know what comes with that. Here comes the negative comments and the trolling and stuff like that. And due to my past, my inner child Crystal going through so much bullying, instead of gaining strength from that experience, because as a child, I was a rock star. I mean, like, I went through hell, okay? And looking back, I was so stoic. I ate it. It did very bad damage, to my emotional state and my mental state. It's how I responded to it, how I wouldn't allow that negative, hurtful situation to cause me to give up. Being in a very abusive home and then having friends that hurt you, you go to school, you get bullied, like, there's no safe space, right? There's no safe space for this child. How did I make it through that? Strength. It's the strength and the discipline and the endurance that I had as a child. The times when the doctors were like, oh yeah, you're not going to make it. And then I'm still here like 5 years later. The spirit within you that pushes your vessel forward. It's the spirit within you that makes you take another step, that makes you wake up another day and makes you keep going. And you've always had that in you. That only time I want you to go back to the past is not to reminisce on what hurt you, your trauma, but how you got through it. How did you get through that hurtful situation? How did you overcome that situation? That's what I want you to focus on. Not what they did to you, but how you came out of it. We forget the strength of us. We forget how we get through things, but we don't want to forget the hurt. And that's where we have to switch it up a little bit. We have to change up, because hanging on to pain is not serving you. That's why you're sick. That's why you can't get ahead. That's why things aren't working out. It's because you have this negative energy in you that is just festering and growing, and it causes you to become more of a hermit. It causes you to self-sabotage, to overeat, to stop exercising, to stop meditating, to stop reading books. You start doom scrolling on reels and on the internet. And then before you know it, it's time for bed. And you're like, oh my God, where's the day gone? It's because we lack discipline. In order to let go of control of the outside situation of what's going on in your life, you have to trust that it's all going to work out. Like Louise Hay says, when we are panicking, when we're going through horrible situations, that's when you breathe. You stop. You don't feed into the negative anymore. You feed into yourself. And you say, in this situation, I am safe. In this situation, I am safe. All things are working out for my good, for my highest good. I'm safe. I am safe. I am safe. And ask for help. That's another thing. We're taught not to ask for help. We're taught, if you ask for help, you're weak. No, you're weak when you crash and burn. You're weak when you try to control everything. Our energy comes from our emotions and our thoughts. Emotions are energy in motion. Every time you think of something, you are sending your precious divine energy out to that situation, instead of focusing on coming out of it or focusing on changing the narrative or focusing on healing or focusing on manifestation. We manifest negative things. Worry is a negative form of praying or meditation. What you want to do is pray. And you do it in gratitude. This is where you go, thank you for getting me out of this situation. Thank you, Divine, for protecting me. Thank you, Divine, for helping me achieving this promotion. Thank you, Divine, for helping me get back on my discipline routine and getting back on my exercise routine and helping me with meditation. Thank you for divine ideas. Thank you, Divine. Thank you. Gratitude. And when you're meditating, people are like, oh God, Crystal, I can't meditate. I can't. That's control. You're controlling the outcome. That's not true. You can meditate. You ever daydream, but you don't think about anything? You just zone out. That's meditation. That's your brain literally just checking out. Like, oh, you're wearing me out with all these things. You're shooting my energy out to everything. I'm just going to zone out. So start zoning out. If you say you can't meditate, focus on the clock on your wall and just stare at it until everything disappears. It works. Close your eyes and just focus on your breathing. Now, what's going to happen is your body, because it wants to control everything, is going to cause your nose to itch or your muscle to contract, or you'll start thinking like, maybe I should do this and maybe I should do that. When you get those thoughts, just watch it incinerate. Just let it disappear. And then you focus on the darkness, the void, where your eyes are closed. There's no images, there's nothing. And when you get divine downloads or uploads, that is not your brain being scattered. That is you being in tune with source. That is you connected to your highest self. And now they can talk to you because you've closed off your mind. That's all meditation is. It's receiving. Prayer is communicating. Meditation is receiving. In order to receive, you've got to cut out the noise. And practice. Do it for 5 minutes. And when 5 minutes is easy for you, you bump it up to 10. And when 10 is easy for you, you bump it up to 15. And that's how you do it. If you want to control anything, control how you're self-sabotaging your life. Control how you procrastinate. Control how you say you do something and then you don't do it. The universe pays attention to stuff like that. This is how reality shifts. A lot of the reason why we want to control things is because we are afraid of failure. We're afraid. This is why you see people taking over things or certain projects or whatever, because a lot of times either it's ego and they want to be the top shit, or they're afraid of failure. And it's nothing personal. It's just like, oh God, if the only way I'm going to get this done right is if I do it. And a lot of times that blows up in our face. So that's letting go of control. Start practicing with your loved ones. Practice with your roommate, your spouse, your lover, your children. Practice with them to help you stop controlling the outcome of everybody else and work on you. Control yourself. Can't control the universe, but you are a co-creator with the universe. Once you change your vibration, once you get rid of all the negative energy of hanging on to the past hurts that keep you bitter, once you release that stuff, you're going to feel so much better. I promise. Remind yourself all day long that you are safe, that life is happening for you, and that you are not alone. And do some yoga, which I plan on doing today too. I love you. Thank you for listening and watching if you're on YouTube. Thank you for listening in Spotify, Apple, all the podcasts. I appreciate y'all so much. I got a little wrapped and I was like on Spotify and I was shook of. Thank you so much for everything. Again, let me know down in the comments what you plan on doing with your situation. I love you. And remember, we are magic and we are one.